Unfortunately, a lot of movies, a lot of shows just really depict drawing and then it's just built. There's the pain, or rather the struggle, is the in-between lah. Hi, I'm Hui Lian and I'm an architect. Today I'll be speaking to a child, a millennial and a senior. I'll be attempting to explain what I do in my profession. I think I will fare okay. Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name is Sarah Alia. You can call me Sarah.
Hi, I'm the millennial.
I'm an architect. Hi.
I'm 71.
Wow, you look very young.
You also look young.
Yeah, architect.
Yes.
What does an architect do?
We don't just draw and then pass it to a builder and build. In a floor, how big the space is, it entails firstly understanding what the space is for. With that also comes various factors affecting how that space can be. All your LTA, NEA, PUB, NParks, URA,
Wow.
SCDF. So we have to make sure we take care of the compliance lah. There's a certain regulation governing it. And then the next stage is liaising with the engineers, the various consultants, and the cost. How much is it to build these four walls? Air conditioning, is there a ceiling fan? How the wiring is going to go? The whole thing is done, we have to inspect. So that's my role in getting something from idea, what you want, to drawing it, to realizing the space.
Wow, your work is, the Hokkien say, everything. Looks like, it seems to me, it's a 24/7 job.
Unfortunately, a lot of movies, a lot of shows just really depict drawing and then it's just built. From the start to where you can start building physically on the site, maybe about 6 months the lease,
Okay.
and then another 12 to 14 months on site for the builders to build. So to commit to a project, you have to make sure you can sustain 2 years lah.
But that means you have a job for 2 years.
Yeah.
What do all the drawings mean, like when you plan out those?
Okay, so the basic thing that we need to draw is what we call plans, right? Is a top view of a building or space. So you can see these are like your sofas, this is your dining table. So these are your walls, right? So your bedrooms, this is how I'll plan the bedroom. Place to put your clothes, then you sleep here, then your toilet. Yeah, so this is what we do essentially as a planning.
So why did you become an architect?
I wanted to do something that was design related, yet still practical. I grew to love architecture after being in school, after learning about what architecture is.
Do I need to have skills on art so I can become an architect?
No. Yeah, don't have to. As long as you have the interest to learn. These are skills that you can pick up in school. A lot of people who are architects don't have art background.
Do you think that this is a stable career path for youth?
It's stable in the sense that if nothing goes wrong, 2 years. Tough is the hours and the liability that we take on and getting through all this during that 2 years lah.
How important is green architecture in today's society?
Definitely there is a push for it because, like it or not, when we build something, we're destroying something. From the ideation of the building concept, building material, the way things are being oriented, down to eventual adopting of certain features. So to me, how do we have solutions to minimize the harm to the environment? Like zero energy building, what you harness is what you use is being harnessed. So I guess it's a cycle lah.
Right.
Sometimes these green technology might be a bit costlier. So in some ways, I think the challenge is having to communicate that with the client to kind of work it together.
Do you like build factories?
Can. Some chefs prefer to cook maybe just Western food, so I will focus on Western food all my life. But doesn't mean that I cannot do Indian cuisine. I can, but maybe not that good at it because my experience in Western. So likewise for architect, over the years, architects will end up having different preferences, but we still can do lah. Doesn't mean that we can't do, yeah.
Is there a certain wish list? Like if there's a certain specific building that you want to design?
A humble house for myself. For some reason, I don't have that die wish list to do something or build something. So thankfully with each project that come in, I do enjoy each and every one of it. When there's nobody, no one occupying the space, no curtain, no lighting, I think I enjoy that part most because I can feel the space without interference when I get to see space for it being itself lah.
How is conserving building different from creating a new one?
In the government kind of point of view, there are some buildings that are meant to be conserved. For example, typically like the shop houses you see in Chinatown or you see in like New Road, those areas.
I was born there.
Oh wow!
I born in Sago Lane.
Wow. Yeah, so there are guidelines as to how much more you can add to the building. We have to deal with what is existing. Unlike a new build, you tear down and then you build everything up. Conserving the beauty and the challenge is in the preserving.
Do you think that it's very important for us, especially those important landmarks, for us to conserve them? Yeah.
A lot of efforts, I feel there's a missing in between. The post-independence or during that time, the buildings speaks of certain ideas that Singapore architects were pursuing then, those metabolist, experimental way of living. I find it's meaningful to understand how the development of housing typology has changed over the years. I do think that there are increasingly more groups of people who are keen to kind of preserve this. I think fundamentally when architects design a space, it has to be livable. Adequate light, adequate ventilation, the aesthetics of the space. We have the role of sieving through their different ideas and making sure it all comes together lah.
Last question.
Yeah, it's okay.
What is one life lesson that you have learned as an architect?
One life lesson. Whenever there's a problem, just ask for help. There are definitely moments when I feel like, wow, I made a mistake or I didn't plan for certain things adequately enough. A lot of times, asking for help shouldn't be so difficult. And people have a lot more perspectives, a lot more creative solutions to a problem lah. Some people are skilled in making the walls, some people is skilled in making the windows. A lot of times solutions come from my consultant team, even contractors. When I have issues I cannot solve, I will just check in, hey, do you have any way to resolve this? So do you have a better understanding of what an architect does?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've learned quite a lot about architecture, and like there's a lot of like, I guess, misconception also.
Very tough.
Hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully more people understand.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Explaining to me and teaching me so much.
No problem. Happy to share. It was tiring. It's hard to understand what we do. I hope in that very short period of time, everyone understands as best as they can what we do as an architect. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.